Welcome once again. This is Striker. Strapping on the F-15E Strike Eagle on the Burning Skies North American Command Center server. We are currently on the Nevada map. We just wrapped up Afghanistan, which was fun. So this is what we're going to be going after today. Doing some close air support, taking out a whole bunch of enemy vehicles kind of scattered around a hardened aircraft shelter. That's a shelter you see off in the distance on the left. And there's one of those HQ7s right there on the. We're just passing it. Those guys are a little pain in the rear end. Whoa, something's going on over there. Yeah, we're under attack on the Nevada map. We're at Groom Lake. Sounds like cluster munitions going off in the distance. And someone just got shot down. I think we shot an enemy Su-24 down. So let's get this thing started up and get rolling down the runway to get this thing airborne and take out that enemy structure and take some of those enemy vehicles out. Alright, so got it started up. Weapons are configured. We're on the runway. Let's get rolling. As you can see, it's dusk. Well, it could have been morning, but I'm telling you, it's a dusk. So when you know it's going to be getting dark out and you really want to make sure you load your night vision goggles. I mean, the Strike Eagle's got the nav clear, so you could actually land without them. I've done it. But it's much better to have night vision goggles, obviously. The nice thing right now is that all the targets aren't too far away from where we load in. Because of the SAM threat, I am going to have to get up pretty high. So I'm pushing towards a nav point. And then from there, I'll start working my way towards the target. So I'm going to try and take out that Hardened Shelter with a 2,000-pound JDAM penetrator.
Picture.
Psycho 1-1, Magic 1-1, enemy aircraft, bearing 260, range 20 miles, altitude 4,000 feet, hot.
Alright, so get my weapon selected. Turning to get myself lined up. There's the target. Alright, so we are in zone already. Told you everything's close. So let's get this lined up and one away. I'm going to roll away from the target area and then start figuring out, get set up for my next attack run. So I set the fuse on a good delay, so one of these will take out this shelter. There we go. Took out a enemy vehicle as well. Yeah, you should use a 60 millisecond, and that seems to do the trick. Check things out here. So target point 3 is where everything is. That was going to be my next aim point. So what I did was, I thought, hey, everything's kind of clustered down there, so I'm going to drop 3 CBU-97s, and they'll just kind of, you know, drop across the swath of all those vehicles. Yeah, way off in the distance, you can see where that black smoke is. Unfortunately for me, I did not set my spacing far enough apart. So I didn't size up the area sufficiently. So it kind of drops in one area rather than across. But I've still got some other munitions on board. I have 4 GBU-12s as well, and 2 more 2,000-pound JDAMs. Would have been nice to properly use those 97s, though. So what I'm trying to do is just kind of get lined up, because I want to make a south to north run. And just kind of pick my point of impact where I want to do my initial release. This stuff's still cooking off down there from that penetrator that took out the shelter. So I'm at a safe distance here. Safe altitude. All right, so let's begin our run in here. Comes the fall line. All right. And that's 3 away. So I wanted it to go all the way up past that burning shelter, but because I picked really tight spacing, it was all at the south end. That's okay. It's a good thing with this, right? Learn some lessons, fix it next time. We're on Black Hot. You can see lots of little specks down there of stuff that wants to die. So what I tried to do is figure out, okay, which of those guys are the SAM launchers? The SA-8s I've kind of been able to figure out now. Becomes a bit of an art form looking through the FLIR, picking them out. So stuff I look for are clustered vehicles, high threats like the SAM launchers. This looks like an armored vehicle there. So what I'm going to do is, because that's pretty close proximity to the other 2 vehicles, I'll designate him and I'll drop a GBU-12 on him and see if the splash damage destroys or at least damages the near my vehicles. Again, I wish I had my 97s left. Next time I'm just gonna roll in with drop one at a time. This is
Picture.
could have taken a bunch of these guys out with one.
Magic 1-1. Enemy aircraft. Bearing 244. Range 32 miles. Altitude 4,000 feet. Cold.
I'm keeping an eye on the air threat. And release queues coming down. That went away. All right, we'll see how this goes. You can kind of see the gun barrel sticking out of the vehicle. Get down to also take out this air threat that's up ahead. So I'm lasing and for the GBU-12, and we're going to engage this air threat as well. There we go. And we got a bunch of guys with that one. There are a bunch of enemy troops standing around the vehicles. That'll teach them. Let's get this AMRAAM guided. And once it drops down to the time to go active is counting down, then I can break the lock and it'll self-guide. There we go. Now it's self-guiding. This is a Su-33, I think. I want to make sure I take him out. But he's kind of just flying along. It didn't even try to evade, so. Get back to the ground mission. All right, so I know we've got SA-8 down there. We've got, I think we got that HQ7. Tricky thing with those HQ7s is they'll lock you, but you don't get a launch alert, right? I don't know if they're optically tracked or if they are infrared, but they use the radar to acquire. I'm gonna look that up. Yeah, those guys are dangerous. All right, lots of smoke in the area. You can see the little wisps coming up from the damaged vehicles. That looks like an SA-8 right there. They're a little bit more boxy, and sometimes you zoom in, you can kind of see the little dish spinning on the top. Or something on the top anyway. I don't think these guys have it. Yeah, they do. They pop up their radar they're searching. All right, so let's get this guy taken out. Get another mission going. And yeah, make sure I don't want to miss my release queue. I've done that a couple of times. It's fun.
CAS code 4135.
All right, keep this guy centered up. We'll break away. Get down to 25,000 feet though, because I'm above and the laser is safe. Light will come on to the right of the display when I get down. There we go. It's lit up. Boom. Yep. Got the SAM vehicle, SA-8, and a bunch of troops. So I know we've got that HQ7. I'd like to try and figure out where it is.
Picture.
Make sure nothing's sneaking up on me.
Psycho
Okay.
1-1, Magic 1-1, enemy aircraft, bearing 254, range 35 miles, altitude 4,000 feet, hot.
But he's a little bit more tricky to figure out. Trying to figure out if that's another SAM vehicle, maybe. Designate that. Look around. It's kind of orbiting around out here. Looks like a larger one. Try that. Again, we're rolling in with a GBU-12. Release queue's coming down. Getting locked up at HQ7. I'm gonna break away hard. Jump some countermeasures. Nothing worse than being shot down with a full load of countermeasures, right? Alright, got that. Nope, that was not it. I think that was one of the multiple launch rocket systems. So those are still good to take out because they can be a real pain. Alright, pick another mission.
CAS joint code 3215. 3215.
Alright, so we still have our air threat down there. The SAM. Keeping a close watch. Maybe that's it? I don't know. Looks interesting. Oh, what? Look. Something launched over there. Is it this guy? Maybe that's the one I want. That might be our dude right there. It looked like it anyway, right? So he launched at someone. I think he took out a guy in a F-16. Alright, let's squeeze this onto the JDAM. So I don't have to laze on the way in. I can get up nice and high. Alright. See how this works out. Keep an eye on it. And here we go. Oh, you see that? That was not it, but something launched at it and it was by that smoke. Just off to the left. There's another vehicle down there. There it is. Just to the, no, not that. I don't think it's that one. Is it? I think it's over to the left from that. Could be it. There we go. There's a guy right behind that smoke. That's the one we want. I would have seen him launch if I was on the FLIR, so I'm not cheating, riding that JDAM down. So let's get this other JDAM pushed onto this guy, and that should eliminate the SAM threat, at least the more risky ones. There might be a couple of other SAMs, like I say 19s or something down there. Okay, so we've got... trying to see if I can get a better view. But I think this is about the best. I mean, I could push around and get on the other side of the smoke, but I'm pretty sure I got a good beat on them. So we're getting lined up for our JDAM release. Release queue is coming down on the right. See if I can continue to refine this. I'm up at 30,000 feet. Alright, we're in range, we're in zone. I think it's the best we're going to get, so let's one away. It's a 2,000-pound JDAM, and that's not a heavily armored vehicle, so we should be pretty good. I'm gonna make sure I keep my my eye on the area in case I didn't get the right vehicle targeted. See if I see any launches. So I'll zoom out a bit here. Anything in the area, because they'll try and shoot down that JDAM in the HQ7. Look at that. There it is. We should be able to nail that guy. JDAMs take a while. There we go. Look at that. HQ7 done. Okay. Yeah, that's the launcher. There's also an HQ7, just like a radar system. This guy's got it all in one. Alright, so we've got all of our JDAMs are gone. I think we have maybe one GBU-12 500-pounder left. Look around and see. These guys look nice and close, but are they alive or dead? Because got some hot spots of destroyed vehicles down there too. That guy looks suspicious. Let's see if we can take that guy out.
Picture.
Psycho 1-1, Magic 1-1, enemy aircraft, bearing 205, range 29 miles, altitude 5,000 feet, hot.
Alright, so we got an enemy MiG-29 in the area. We may need to take care of him, or he might get taken care of by someone else, so keep an eye on things. Got to dive down to get below 25,000 feet. I was way up high. There we go. Alright, it's lasing. It was pretty, cutting it pretty close. Yeah. I missed.
Picture.
Psycho 1-1, Magic 1-1, enemy aircraft, bearing 203, range 31 miles, altitude 21,000 feet, hot.
See if I can pick up the what's up ahead. Oh, it's not that. Maybe this guy here. Yeah. Just for friendly, on the top left corner of the radar display, you'd see a little circle.
Picture.
That's our guy. He's at the right altitude.
Magic 1-1,
Right
enemy
heading.
aircraft, bearing 206, range 27 miles, altitude 27,000 feet, hot.
So we got a lot of fuel. Let's just jam this thing into afterburner, get some good speed, get up high. See if we can take this air threat out.
Picture.
Psycho 1-1, Magic 1-1, enemy aircraft, bearing 214, range 21 miles, altitude 13,000 feet, hot.
A little tricky to keep this guy locked. Alright, there he is. He's down low. I think we're good. Yep. Enough Fox 3 on the way. Get two on them just to be safe. You should take them out because I'm going to land once this guy's done. We're all out of air-to-ground ordnance. I'm just dealing with this before I can go land. Oh, I pushed pushed over too many negative G's. I have a headache now. Okay, get up to that steering dot. Get one more on the way. He's down low with mountains and everything, and that just... I'm gonna shot off all my missiles, punch in the home base, and get out of here. There we go. I got him. All right, well, that's it. Here we are on our...
Groom Lake. Traffic, segment 1, base to Flynn, 3-2.
I'm coming in for a landing. That was fun. So yeah, there's a little excitement, right? Took out our primary target, that shelter. Took out a bunch of enemy armor and infantry around that area. Shot down a couple of aircraft, an Su-33 and a MiG-29. I cut this cut this approach pretty close. Look at that. Almost like I'm landing on a carrier. There we go. Kaboom, kaboom. All right, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. It was a lot of fun. Started off at dusk, landing at night. Got that night vision goggles on. That's always good. So we're gonna get off the runway here. Make way for someone else. As always, thank you for watching. It was a pleasure flying this. I'll be seeing you later. Take care.